Hello everyone. This is the official first video in my YouTube channel about Metapolator and the Atom project technology that I'm building currently, about what it does, helping you to understand what we are trying to do here, stuff like that. I'm going to start with a screencast today of Metapolator, which is the origin of the Atom project. Kind of the technology of the Atom project grew inside Metapolator, and then I took it out and made a project for its own out of that. But I don't want to give you a history lesson right now. So what you can do is you can go to the internet and visit the Atom website, where we have a history article, a very short one, because there is a very good one on the Metapolator website, which is the older history of the project. I'm since 2 years in Metapolator, but it went on for longer. And then on my personal website, there's also a article about my personal history with Metapolator, which is kind of in between the Atom project and Metapolator. So this is quite interesting as well. On the Metapolator website, you can find demos, and this is the current demo of Metapolator version 0.40. I think we published this in May, if I'm not mistaken. If you go there, visit the site, it will take a moment depending on your computing power to load it. It comes with a project preloaded, which we can use to demo this actually. So what you see here is the master panel, and this is the preloaded master. The idea of Metapolator is that you can start with one master and expand that master into a family by, in the first place, changing that master with some very high level parameters, like weight in this case. Just make it heavier or even heavier, and let me duplicate that again and make a wide version out of that heavy version. So I'm additionally adding a width factor actually. So this is a very wide one, and then let's take the original one, duplicate it, make that also a wide one. Which is very nice. We can preview all our masters in this specimen panel in the center. We can also choose other specimens like this one. This will take a second to load because it has to render a lot of glyphs that we did not show before. So here we are. Can make the font size smaller. This is nice. This panel has more options, like we can mix, for example, on a per glyph base or on a word base, just to see how our masters work together. We also have a couple of more stuff planned here and working on here. I'm not going into too many details here. What I can do now, when I prepared my masters, I can go into the interpolation space, basically drag all this stuff in here. You see I'm rewarded with sliders so this is just interpolating two of the instances. I can mix in another one and another one, stuff like that. This is basically interpolation. We call it metapolation because we are interpolating more basic parameters of this design than just the final points. We can do as well normal interpolation, and from here this is not good to distinguish anyways. If I like what I did, I can duplicate the instance and can make a new one, this, so I can show both instances again in my panel and just make them work together, whatever I want. Let's do something more extreme maybe here. Okay, it's not getting more extreme. Take this one out. Whatever. Take that. Make it heavier. Did it work? Oh. Okay, and now I'm very happy with my instances. Now I can go here and export them. So export started. You can see the green status bar is doing its thing. It needs to calculate a lot of new glyphs here, so this takes a second. What it does is it creates UFOs and open type fonts for the instances, so that the preview is pretty straightforward. And in the end it packs it all in a zip file together for us. The second import is just started, and you can see it's going much faster because all the glyphs of the masters are now in the cache, so the cache is warm, and the second instance is has a improved export speed actually. If I go back and change the master, all the caches will be invalidated and it would be slow again. So maybe you can do something with web workers or so in the future to just make it run in the background. The export is completed, and here is a link that I can use to download the zip file that we just created. I'm not going to download it really, but I'm going to download it, but I'm not going to save it on this. Just show you what's in there. It's 2 instances and as OTF and 2 instances as UFOs in a zip file. Going into there, you can see it's a normal UFO file. It's actually a UFO version 2 in this case, which is more like you can use it with more editors nowadays. So the other interesting thing that we can do with Metapolator, since Alpha 040 is import our own masters, so we don't have to use like this preloaded example files. If you have a file, you have to follow some rules that we have to make this magic happening, which is, we call it pen strokes, and you have to have pair points on your contours so that we can find the center line and then do these interesting transformations of width and weight to this thing. I'm just going to import something to show you that it actually does something. Here we go. This was the status, and this is the report of it. It has nothing to report basically, so everything is fine. And let me just invert the selection and don't mix this thing. Don't mix it. So that's the master I just imported. Let me see, import this has 3 instances, so I can import many masters at once if I want. Report is there, and I also can take all of these into the mix panel as well. Actually, I can't mix them with the existing masters because this is the report, because they don't have the same glyph set. The existing interpolation space uses masters with more glyphs, so that way it's not compatible. I'm going to make a new interpolation space, and there I can drop my just imported files. Let me show you this one. Here we are, and interpolate them as well. So the basic idea of this version 0.40 is that we have a minimal viable product, what we call it, because it's the first time that you could do your own experimentation with this stuff by creating fonts in a pretty specific way, how like our PowerPoint stuff, the Penstroke stuff, you have to prepare that. It's not so easy, but from there you can start actually and experiment with Metapolator and see if it helps you to define your design, or to get an idea how your bold font should work or stuff like that. What you also have seen, and I'm going to show you some more here. With this very fat master, it's very obvious that we have actually problems here to make everything automated and work fine. So this is the main reason why I started the Atom project, because I want to make parametric type design work well, and I want to make it a solution to build font families faster. And I think I need this Atom project to conduct this kind of experimentation that is needed to find all the solutions we need. So if you're interested in the technology and stuff like that, in the future I'm going to go much deeper into that. There are going to be very, very nerdy screencasts, stuff like that. There's going to be lighter weight stuff, because I want to explain to everybody what's going on here. I'd be glad to have you follow me here on YouTube. Yeah, basically that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. See you next time. Bye bye.